Hey guys, welcome back to Susan Shares. As you can see, I have a guest with me today. Hey Steve.
Morning, Susan.
I thought we would share something that really happened that was very special in our lives. I think I've mentioned that we have a new grandbaby, Whit David.
We do.
And
Grandson.
And we're really excited to have a granddaughter and a grandson. But I wanted Steve here, especially since he's a physician, to tell what a significant thing happened at Whit's birth. So would you share as a physician, and I briefly shared it one time on Susan Shares, but I said there was a testimony that went along with it, and I never shared that testimony. So if you could briefly share what happened at Whit's birth.
Sure. Well, Ashley, our daughter-in-law, had been carrying Whit, was near term, and was getting a little miserable there toward the end, and they had just told her to come in one Monday morning to be checked to see if she might be ready to go ahead and induce and deliver. So she went in, and they hooked her up to the monitors, and her obstetrician came in, and they were talking. They checked her out, and she really hadn't progressed any. So it wasn't a time, at least at that time, to induce her. They were going to then wait another week. Well, as they were just talking, this was on the 27th of December, right after Christmas, they had already made that decision that she'd be going home, and she was still hooked up to the monitor. And as they were talking about swing sets and Christmas presents, they noticed just kind of out of the blue that little Whit's heart rate dropped a couple of different times, and really caused the obstetrician some concern because they were just talking and they just sort of heard it, the obstetrician did, and she said, "No, I don't like that. I think we're going to go ahead and induce you." Well, fortunately, the labor went just fine, at least from my standpoint it did. I'm sure Ashley might have something to say about that, but the labor went fine, the delivery went fine, but he was delivered. He had the cord wrapped around his neck a couple of times, but he also had what's called a true knot in his cord. So the umbilical cord had a true knot in it, and it was relatively tight. And unfortunately, that's the kind of thing that if they tighten enough, then it stops the blood flow to the baby. And sometimes a stillbirth can be the result of that a perfectly healthy baby in pregnancy, all of a sudden at the very end, ends up being a stillborn. So we were just thrilled kind of with that news and what we had noticed that we feel like the Lord sort of showed Ashley and the obstetrician a little sign from Whit that something was going on and he needed to be delivered. So we kind of consider that a miracle in our lives and how the Lord protected Whit that day. We've talked about it. We had a Sunday school lesson not long ago out of the 10th chapter of Joshua where Joshua was fighting for the Gibeonites and the Lord actually stopped the sun so it could be at their backs and shining in the enemy's eyes so that they could deliver a great victory. And it was sort of a sun-stopping moment for us. We feel that that little sign of Whit, that his heart rate had slowed down, caused them to go ahead and induce that day. And as I told that story, and as we were celebrating that inside of our family, my mom and dad recalled that they had a little stillborn daughter that would have been older than me. Her name would have been Judy. So that she had my mother did, a healthy pregnancy, and then right at the very end something happened and she delivered her stillborn. And we had not really ever heard the full story, but as we were talking about Whit and the true knot in his cord, my dad said, "You know what, that's what they showed me when they brought little Judy out, that she had a true knot in her cord, but it took her life." So, you know, it doesn't matter whether we're in a hallelujah moment or a tragedy, God's still God. And you know what is unique about it is that over the years my mother became a Sunday school teacher for little third grade girls and did that for 40 years. So God can redeem those moments in our lives. And I heard someone, as I was telling this story, make the comment that God is a God that can untie knots. So I don't know where you might be today, but just be faithful and He'll find a way to redeem those tragedies in our lives, and He'll just make those hallelujah moments even sweeter if we'll just be faithful to Him.
Thank you. That That was beautiful. And that's what we want you to hear today. I don't think I can say anything any better than that. So y'all have a great day today. God bless you. Bye-bye.